Yeah, well, good evening. Tonight I'm introducing Susan Steele. She's the chairman of the Parks and Recreation Commission, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what Parks and Recreation has been doing and what they are going to be doing. So without further ado.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to be here, and it is a pleasure to be representing the Parks and Rec Commission. And for those of you that are thinking maybe this would be something fun, our commission is full, and we are very happy about that. So pass that along. I hope you find as much of enjoyment as I have in being on the commission to you, sir. Okay, first of all, this is a cover of our Parks and Rec Commission, of our Parks and Rec flyer that goes out, magazine. It is a wonderful document. It goes out to homes in Moscow, and it's also online, very, very accessible. Little kids have fun here, too. Okay, do I? It works. And what we do is we try to show you a little bit about the personalities of some of the commissioners that we have. Emma Grindley has been on since 2008. She is employed at the university, and they just had their first baby, little adorable little guy. The one in the middle is Nancy Tribble. She is realtor in town. She's a kick in the pants. Damon Burton has been a professor of sports psychology at the University of Idaho since Moby Dick was a minnow. And he's been on the commission, as you will see, since 1991. And he's still working on one of his goals. We still haven't quite got there yet. That is me out having some fun with ATV. My husband and I do spend a lot of time out. I did take hunter safety, so I'm going to do some hunting this fall. We'll see how it goes. We do all of our meat packing and wrapping and sausage making and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Down there on the bottom, that's Ted Keisha. He's been there since 2004. He's just a great guy. Works over at WSU in agriculture or something or other. He is a big mover behind the Hamilton Community Garden that we have. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then Mike Kinziger has been on and off the commission. He's now a retired professor from the University in Recreation. Loves to be outdoors by himself, literally in the wild. Anne-Marie Bilderbach, this is really not her. She's been on since 2009. She is a kick. She's a real quiet person, but as you can tell, she's a lot of fun, too. She can be great. Real artsy type lady. Real fun to have on. Tom Ivy is our vice chair. He does a great job of backing me up and keeping me straight. And then Jason Rood has been here since 2009, and he works over at WSU. He's a real big guy. Never did play football, played basketball, but he's in recreation over at WSU. So all in all, we have a great commission. Dwight does a good job of keeping us in line, or at least attempting to. And also, we have the pleasure of having Dan Karskalen as our liaison from the City Council, and we love having him there. All right, our mission statement. This is important to us. We worked hard to come up with the right wording. I believe that you can tell a lot about what an organization is, does, believes in by its mission statement. And I'm just going to read it to you. The Moscow Parks and Recreation Department is a citizen-friendly and customer-driven organization established to create and maintain quality parks, recreational and educational services for all citizens that promotes accessibility, quality of life, community involvement, and strategic planning for the community's future needs. That's a big job, but we take it seriously, and are proud to represent that mission and the city in that way. Our commission goals. What we started, I think it was last year, was at the bottom of every agenda, we actually print our goals so that we can be reminded of them on a monthly basis. And as they are reached, we can in effect cross them off and get on with the next and be planning for the future that way. And that's worked very well. Community Garden, it is officially named Hamilton Community Garden. We had our grand opening. I happened to be there. It was a lot of fun. Dwight was there, and Ted was there. Nancy was there. It was we had carrot cake It was
Very cute.
yeah, it was very fun and informative, and Ted has done a great job with keeping that going. Our goal was to seek an 80% or 35 plot occupancy of the 45 garden plots that are there for the first season. You can see that number 31. That means we have reached 31 of the 35, so we're getting there. It's been very well received this year, even with the late start and all of that that we've had. Anybody that grows anything knows how hard it's been, but shows great promise there. We're proud of that. Next is to complete the Parks and Recreation and Open Space Master Plan and begin implementation. And that our goal is to have that done by this fall and hopefully get it to council sometime this fall. We're working on that one. Continue to keep the commission vacancies filled. Redirect the ball field project endeavors with emphasis towards Joseph Street Field. Ongoing project. I'm not going to belabor it here, but we're not going to give up. Okay. Develop master plan for area between the two parking lots at Mountain View Park. And this is a proposal that will come to us this month. There has been some discussion of having a competitive horseshoe court area. Kay Keskinen has been real gung-ho about getting more competitive horseshoe areas, and she actually taught me how to do horseshoes. I went down to Gormley Park with her one evening, and she got kind of frustrated with me, but that's okay. We had a good time. It's a wonderful sport, and the thing that does it, you can do it even when you're old, like me. Okay, the next one is explore the establishment of a Parks and Recreation Foundation. That is in the very beginning stages, but that's something that we've talked about and we'll be working towards. If you have any questions, just holler, stop me, and I'll attempt to answer them. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. Major projects, fiscal year 11. Walk of the Planets project. This was Palouse Prairie Charter School. It was very fun to work with them. They were very well represented at the commission meetings, and to know that the kids had this in mind was something very special. And if you haven't been out to see it, it's on the trail. They're just across the street from, I don't know what the name of that street is. Across the street from the mall. What's the name of that street? Line?
Highway.
Perimeter Drive.
Yeah, Perimeter Drive. That's it. Thank you. I was drawing a blank. But anyway, very cool. And they actually they wanted to do it to scale to list the planets from the beginning to the end all the way out. And yes, they did include Pluto. They chose to do that. But if we did everything exactly to scale, the way they explained it to us was that Pluto would have ended up in Washington State. Mm-hmm. So they did have to kind of condense it a little bit. But, I mean, those kids learned so much through doing all that, and they've got nice signs out there marking the way. So if you haven't seen it yet, go out on the path and give it a see. And then next we replastered the lap pool. That was done in May. Grand opening of Hamilton Community Garden in April. 1912 Center North retaining wall was completed in June. Over legal load street trimming was also completed in June. And I will tell you the truth. I was walking down the highway, and Dwight says to me, no, go across the street. I'm like, whoa. He was right, Johnny, on the spot. He was right there with it and keeping an eye on it, and that was cool to see. And you know what, I don't know about anybody else, but you really can't tell. They did a very good job of trimming the trees. I mean, it wasn't as drastic as maybe we might have thought, or some people might have thought, and they did it quickly, and it was over. So anyway, let's see. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Johnny on the spot was there too. Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Master Plan. Yeah, that's in the fall. We're going to get cracking on that and get back to you guys. Youth Scholarship Program Policy Review. We are in the process of doing that, and Dwight and Greg and the guys at and Eric have done a great job of providing for youngsters that may not have otherwise had an opportunity. So the scholarship program is up and being used, and that's good.
Susan, just to interrupt, would you like to put in an appeal for those who might be inclined to contribute to that?
I thought about that, but I didn't know. Yeah, and that is
be okay with me, please.
And that is something that, yes, if anyone is so inclined that they would like to donate funds to, that would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, it does give kids an opportunity that might not And the programming that Eric and Greg have for the youth in this town really is incredible. I mean, if you haven't looked at the flyer or gone online or looked at the one, take some time and look at all the variety of opportunities there are for young and old alike. Park developments, we've got a lot of projects that are in the works, going to be in the works. We're just listing them here so that they're out in front and everybody can see. Lola Clyde Park, Mosier Park, Indian Hills property, that's 6th and 8th both, and then Milton Arthur Park, Columbia Grain property, and then the Atani property is a new one too. Tom is busy. Competitive horseshoe courts at Mountain View Park again. Mountain View Park parking lot repairs, Mountain View Park playground replacement, part of the overall planning that goes in. That's the next one on, is the Mountain View Park playground replacement, just the regular scheduled replacement. Then Gormley Park tennis court repairs, continuation of Paradise Path, ongoing efforts there, ball field development, ongoing efforts there, and then ice rink, who knows. These are just projects that we have and have talked about. And there's just a little cutie. Any questions anyone has? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Susan.
Oh.
I just want to say some of the things you're presenting here actually show the close overlap between the Parks and Rec Department and the Parks and Rec Commission, the employees of the city and the volunteers who serve on the commission. And I think those are so closely related. You've done that just about seamlessly, and we appreciate your service and that of your colleagues.
Oh, thank you. It's been my pleasure. Our pleasure.
Dan.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Susan, would the potential of the Parks and Rec Foundation, is there any kind of, would there be some sort of relationship to the scholarship program that could help that out, or what is the focus of the foundation?
They would be separate. I mean, as far as we're still in the young planning stages. Yeah, you want to come up? Can Dwight come up and answer that because of some money?
At this time, there has been no discussion at all about anything like that. They just basically wanted to know a presentation on what a foundation could do for the city of Moscow. Typically, the foundations they could donate money to whatever cause they feel would be appropriate. So we just don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Other questions for Susan or Dwight?
Thank you for your time.
We thank you for your presentation. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Great photos, too. Yeah, I think everybody ought to put up pictures like those fun ones of your members, kind of break the ice a little bit.